Yeah, welcome everybody to tonight's coaching info session, where the theme of tonight is opening the door to new possibilities. So it's a pretty cool theme, right? Give that one a round of applause. The more that you connect with this session, the more you're interactive, the more you're going to get out of the session. And it's kind of the principle: the more you give, the more you get, and that is a very true principle in life. And anything in life, including this session right now. So if you can show some reactions any way you can, through typing in the chat or through clicking the little reaction buttons, it's going to be not only a better experience for you, but also I'll know that you're here, you're paying attention, and that you're getting something from the content as well. Okay, we got 2 more people joining now. Okay, so yeah, so for those of you who don't know me, I think most of you do know me, but my name is Justin Okamoto, and I am a life coach. It's what I do for my my life. It's my passion. It's something that I can just get lost doing, because it's just such a fun and interesting and impactful thing to do with life. And I'm just really grateful to be a life coach. And I'm grateful for all of you being here. It's really because of the people who have the courage to really step forward and say that they want something more from life. People like you, that I get to do what I love to do. So I really want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. Yeah, thank you for being here. And before we get into the content, I wanted to ask a few people just to share their experience with coaching, because there's a couple of people here, quite a few people on this call that have experience receiving coaching and also coaching. We actually just finished a 10-week coaching program. So the first person I'd like to invite to share a little bit about their experience with coaching, and also why she decided to invite, quite a few of you were invited by this person. So Anna, if you wouldn't mind to just share 3 to 5 minutes, just a little bit about what coaching how coaching has impacted you, and what you're excited about for tonight.
Okay, hello everybody. this is interesting. Okay. Yeah, I would just like to share. I was actually so I just finished 10 weeks of this coaching training by Justin, and so it was 3 months ago that Justin approached me and asked me whether I was interested to take this class. And at first I was I mean, just actually for me, just the term life coaching, it kind of hit me. That is something that I was interested about, but I was just very hesitant because I have 2 young children, and I was thinking whether I can juggle that with the commitment of this 10 weeks of training, and so there was a lot of hesitation. But then, luckily, I was thinking that I will never get less busy in life. I will just get more busy. So if I feel that I can't do it, attend this, which I feel that I will be interested in, then I will never get about doing it. And that's why I decided to just join. And at first, I was thinking I would just be watching the recordings of this training. But after actually, because it's we had it every week, once a week at 9 p.m. And that's the time that I'm actually putting my children to sleep. So that my mentality was I would just be watching the recording and just for this whole 10 weeks. But after joining the session, I realized how it helped me so much to join those sessions like live, those coaching, because we got to practice coaching each other and receiving coaching as well as coaching someone else. And what coaching really helped me was I really like the fact that a coach believes that the answers comes from within. So it's not like I'm attending each session to receive advice, but um, really it's just I'm actually doing most of the talking. Like my coach will be asking me questions, and these questions make me think and make me feel that there's this empowerment that I have the power to change or meet whatever goal that I have in life. Like, because I really do feel that as a mom, like every day passes so quickly. Like one day, 1 week, 1 month, even a year. Like my eldest daughter is already 3, and like time really passed so quickly. But with this 10 weeks of coaching, it makes me focus more on what do I really want in life, what is really important to me, and I can really achieve that through my daily life actions. And so that really helped me, and it's been a really good 10 weeks of experience. And actually what I was um, uh, I mean, we can all decide on what we want to be coached on, and what I wanted to be coached on was how to be a good mother, a good wife, I mean, a wife, um, and a loving daughter-in-law. And I really feel a change in the relationship with my family. Yeah. At first, I think maybe it's just coincidence, or really this coaching is really helping, but I think it's really coaching. So that was pretty good. And yeah, and that's why I would like to continue this coaching as well. And joining today's session, I'm also excited to know to go through whatever Justin's gonna share with us, and be able to learn more, and yeah, improve my life even more. Is that okay?
Yeah, that was perfect, Anna. Thank you so much. Let's give Anna a round of applause. Just, do your reaction. And yeah, Anna really was so amazing. She really stepped up in these past 10 weeks, even though she's a mom, she's got so many responsibilities. She got 2 kids, but she stepped up to make sure that she could be there as much as possible. And it really shows, how when you prioritize something in your life, you say, this is actually important. I'm going to make this happen. You can actually make something happen. And I think that's what Anna proved to all of us, is that, yeah, sometimes we say, oh, I don't have the time. I don't have the energy for something. But if you make it a priority, you can make it happen. So yeah, Anna, you are really just incredible in that way, in making things happen. And yeah, I think even, today, so many people came because of your invitation. So it really shows again that you're such a powerful person. So thank you. And I'd like to ask one more person, Nancy Nishi. Some of you know, a lot of you know Nancy Nishi. She also went through this training program. And if you could just share, just to, keep the time in mind, just share, the most impactful thing you felt during the coaching in just a couple minutes. But yeah, really want to hear also Nancy's experience, because everyone has a unique experience through coaching. So Nancy, if you would.
Hello, thank you very much. Yeah, I'm really so grateful for this last 10, 12 weeks. For a long time, well, for maybe 5 or 6 years, I've known about coaching, and I had received coaching before, and I had very deep experience with finding deep within me my value, and my value as being so completely powerful, and completely that I can create my own life. And I found that through the coaching experience, and I wanted so much to be able to bring this to so many people, because I was in a position with international families, and people were coming to me with various problems or things, and knowing that each one is so beautiful and so valuable. And if they could only see how beautiful and valuable they are, and me too, if I could see how beautiful and valuable I am, So through this coaching experience, and finally Justin offered this course to be able to know coaching, to be coached, and also to know how to coach, or to at least get a glimpse of it. And so I was so grateful, and I jumped right on. And I could see that in the coaching, there's some skills and techniques, but also as you practice it more and more, and you can come to see more and more deeply inside of you your goodness and your power within. And through the list, being able to learn to listen and learn you can really know what you want in your life, and you can ask questions. I mean, the coach will ask you questions that you yourself, like Anna said, will draw it out from yourself. It's like not being given advice from someone else, not mentoring or something, but really pulling it out from your own heart, what your challenges are, and what maybe there's a fearful aspect of that, what's keeping you back from being able to fulfill that. And it's all coming through questions. So you yourself are answering those questions. And it's so beautiful and so powerful. And a lot of joy, a lot of love. And also one real big qualification for the coach is that he really believes in you. She really trusts in you. And she trusts in mankind. And so because of that, you can really trust in her and be able to share a lot. And so then to be able to know that where to go from here, and to be able to, what will it be like for us when we do get there? And so then the future pulls you to be able to act. And so it's exciting, and there's a real vision that I found. And so we talked about many different challenges, even like basics like studying Japanese, and what to do with my time now that I have free time, how to be able to be a better daughter or better grandmother. And it's just so precious. So
Yeah.
I'm just really grateful. And I am grateful that you asked me to do this tonight.
Thank you, Nancy.
Yeah, thank you.
Awesome.
And
That's
I
perfect.
really encourage everybody to stay on for the course because it's very, very valuable.
Thank you so much. Let's give Nancy a round of applause. Thanks so much, Nancy. Yeah, it was really beautiful what you shared. I love what you shared about how you can really see the goodness in not only other people, but you can start seeing the goodness inside of yourself. Like you can really start seeing like who you are from a very positive perspective. And I think one of the, I guess you can call it like a side effect or whatever, but one of the side effects of coaching is that you really start to kind of fall in love with yourself again. So saying, wow, I'm capable. I can do so many things. And you start to look in the mirror and you start to say, wow, I really like this person that I'm seeing now. And it's such a beautiful, beautiful result that many people experience from coaching. So thank you so much, Nancy. So we're going to move on, and I'd like to share a little bit about my story, since I'm sure some of you are kind of curious about who this guy is. So my name, again, is Justin Okamoto, and here's a little picture of my family. My wife's Japanese, name's Kazuka, and I have a wife, Yoma. He's just 1 year and 8 months old. And my journey with coaching started about 7 years ago, where I attended my first coaching seminar just as a participant. And actually the reason why I wanted to attend that seminar was because it was actually, I wasn't doing it for myself, actually, in my mind. My sister was going through a very difficult time in her life. She had just, a relationship had broken in her, in her life. And she was kind of depressed in life. And she wanted someone to kind of mentor her, to help her. And she actually asked me to be that person. And, because I love my sister, I said, yeah, absolutely. But I had no idea how to do that. I had no idea how to help her. And I, just day in, day out, I would see her, being depressed, being sad. And I had no idea how to like help her to kind of cheer up a little bit and see, life again, the possibilities of life. So eventually I was suggested to go to this coaching seminar, and I went. And when I saw the guy, the coach on the stage, he was coaching some woman about, about her life. And I saw how she, how he just listened to her so deeply, and he really understood what she was going through. And at the same time, he was asking these questions that by the end of that conversation, she had this totally different perspective on life. And it was like a 10-minute conversation. And I was just like, how did he do that? Like, how do you do that with somebody? And I knew from that moment, like, I want to be like that. I want to be able to make that kind of difference for people. I want to be able to transform people's lives like that, and impact, you know, people's families like that, and impact society like that. And so after going through various training programs and, you know, 7 years of basically practicing coaching as much as I can, eventually starting a coaching business, and here I am right now. And I just wanted to say that, you know, I'm really excited for all of you who are here, because I personally know how much coaching can impact people's lives, because I felt it. I feel it so deeply inside of myself. You know, even though we just finished a 10-week program, but actually I feel like I grew exponentially in those 10 weeks, because everything that I was sharing with people, anything I'm coaching other people in, I'm also coaching myself in. I'm making sure that I'm growing with you, and we're in this journey together. And just in the past 10 weeks, I can share some of the results, you know, I've created in my life. Or, you know, I started exercising on a daily basis, which was something that was really hard for me. You know, I started waking up every day at 6 o'clock in the morning, which is also, you know, morning habit was difficult for me. Actually, I didn't calculate the numbers, but I'm pretty sure I doubled my income in the past 10 weeks. So that was pretty cool too. And another, just one of the things that I'm most excited about is, not only am I seeing myself change, but I'm seeing my wife change as well. I don't know how that's happening, but, you know, she started taking care of herself more. She started doing yoga. All of a sudden, we started doing yoga together in the mornings, and I just feel so much more connected to her these past 10 weeks than I've ever felt in my life. I feel like we're just growing and growing together as a couple. And I gotta say that, you know, I also know the other side of things. I know what it's like to be stuck, to be depressed in life. I mean, I've had, you know, serious depression many times in my life. And so I know how that feels as well. So if you've ever felt kind of stuck or down, you know, that's why I'm so passionate about coaching, because I know that it can help people to just break through from any stuckness that you might feel. So that's a little bit my story. And now I want to get into the session where you can experience coaching for yourself. So first of all, I'm not going to explain too much about what coaching is, because already Anna and Nancy kind of gave you a good sense of what coaching is, and I did send out a video. So if you'd like to have a little bit more understanding of what coaching is, please watch that video that I sent out in an email. If you didn't get that, please let me know. But one analogy that I like to use that would describe coaching is like a soccer game. Okay, so in a soccer game, there are the spectators. These are people who are sitting in the seats, in the bleachers, and they're watching the game. And then there are the players who are actually playing the game. And this is kind of a metaphor for life. You know, in life, there are times that we are just being spectators to life. Like we go through different things in life. We say, oh, that was good, and then we feel great. You know, it's like when the spectators, they see their favorite team, they scored a goal, and they go, wow, yes, yeah, this is great, you know. And then other times their favorite team, they lose, and the other team scores a goal, and oh man, this sucks, you know. And that's kind of how we live life sometimes. You know, sometimes good things happen, we say, oh yeah, this is great, and then sometimes bad things happen. Oh man, this sucks. And you know, sometimes we'll read the news and we'll say, oh, you know, this is going on in the world, you know, this is so terrible. And we say, oh, you know, this hopeful thing happened, that's great. You know, we're kind of impacted by what we're seeing and what we're experiencing outside of us. But the problem with being a spectator is spectators aren't actually the ones who decide, you know, the course of that game. Like, spectators have no real power to change the outcome of the game, right? So who has the power to actually change the outcome of the game? I think we all know it's the players themselves. It's the people who are out there on the field, who are playing the game, actively participating in the game. And in life, we could say actively participating in life, like actually taking a look at life and saying, what do I want? You know, how do I get there? And what do I have to do? What investment do I have to make in order to get there? And here's the thing, actually, it's not necessarily just about scoring goals. It's not necessarily just about winning the game, actually. But what's really great is the experience of growth that we feel when we play a game. When we're playing soccer to you know, just giving it our whole heart. And then we can feel like, wow, I really grew. I got better at something. I mastered something after investing, you know, so many years into some craft. And that's really a wonderful experience. And That's what life could be like in any area, in a relationship. If your relationship doesn't look the way that you want, don't just watch it be that way and have an opinion about it, say this is wrong or this is bad, but actually take action, do something, get support, and make it the relationship that you want. If your finances isn't the way that you want it, don't just say, oh no, my finances, the economy is going like this, and then we got this whole coronavirus thing that's happening. But say, sit down and say, what can I do to make sure that I've got my finances down, that I'm able to support my family during this time and get support again. So that's kind of an analogy of what coaching is like. It's like being a player in the game. It's actively participating in life and figuring out how can I get to my goal. And just like in a soccer game, if you really want to become a master at something, you get a coach. That's just what happens. If an Olympic athlete doesn't have a coach, it's like, what are you thinking? Why would you not have a coach? And I feel like that's where our world is going to be going to with life as well. It's like, if you don't have a coach, it's like, why wouldn't you have a coach? If you want mastery in your life. So I hope this little story, this little analogy can help you understand what coaching is kind of like. And now you're going to get an actual experience of coaching. Okay, so I sent out a little worksheet. So if you're able to print it out, that's great. If you're not, just have a piece of paper or have something where you can write, because now is the time where you're going to get some coaching and you're going to actually do a little bit of work for yourself so that you can experience this firsthand. Okay, so the first thing that we do when we're coaching is first just clarifying, what do I actually want? Right? One of the things that we say in coaching is that where your focus goes, energy flows. Okay, so whatever you're focused on in life, that's where your energy is going to go. If you're focused on in life what I don't want, I don't want this kind of relationship, I don't want this kind of finances, I don't want this kind of environment, that's where your focus is, and that's where your energy is going to go, and it's going to drag you down. If you focus on what's wrong in life or what you don't have in life, that's where your energy goes and it drags you down. But if you focus on what do I really want in life, you have a really clear idea of, this is what I want. It's a specific idea, it's something that you can tangibly see in your mind, and you focus on it, you give your energy to that, that's going to give you the power to actually move towards it. So the first thing I want you guys to do is just to take a minute and write down in your worksheet or in your notebook just one thing, one thing that you want in your life, that if you had that, it would make a difference for you. It would bring you some more fulfillment in life, some satisfaction, some happiness, some joy, anything, but just choose one thing. And my suggestion would be to make it as specific and simple as possible, right? You don't want to write down a long story about it. Just say, I want something, and you want to be specific if you can. So if you say, I want more money, that's great that you know that you want more money, but your brain doesn't really understand what that means because it's not really specific. How much money do you want? Your brain's going to look for more money. It's going to say, okay, here's 50 cents. Here's 50 yen. There you go. I gave you more money. Are you happy now? But that's why you got to get specific. How much more money do you want in your life? You want to make an extra $1,000. You want to have $10,000 in your savings account. If you want, you say, I want to have a good relationship, and then something good will happen. You say, okay, you got the good relationship. Be specific. What is a good relationship to you? Does that mean that you're sharing 10 minutes, just 10 minutes a day? I'm sharing something honest with my partner, where they're really listening to me and they're sharing something with me and I'm really listening to them and we really feel connected just for those 10 minutes in this one day. And that would be really great. Or if it's your career, I want a job where I can just feel like I'm really making a difference at the same time I'm getting paid to make that difference. I want a job that really, where I can choose my own work hours, whatever it is, just make sure it's specific. Okay. So if you've written something down, I want to ask you guys to please write it also in the chat so that I know that you are participating, so that I know that you're thinking about it, and I can also know what you guys want so that I can support you the best I can. Okay, so please write it in the chat. Okay, cool. I want to start a business. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay. I want to exercise at least 30 minutes every day. Okay, that's great. That's very specific. It's a really, yeah, it's a good goal. I want to master Japanese. Okay, that's good. So the only advice I would give to that is just get really clear. What does mastering Japanese mean to you, right? And that's what's really important is what does that mean to you? You know, to me, you know, mastering Japanese might mean I pass the the Japanese, you know, proficiency exam. But somebody else, it might be, you know, I want to have like I want to be able to hold a 1-hour conversation in Japanese, something like that, right? So, but yeah, that's good. I want to grow my business up more. Okay, that's good. Japanese communication, again, that's good. Okay. Yeah, keep it coming, guys. You guys have something, please feel free to share. I want to be patient with my kids. Okay, good. And what did Haruka said? Get better in German, get A2, good. I want to eat fresh organic vegetables every day and share it with my neighbors. Wow, that's great. Okay, so Miguel says, good enough to do my work problem without any trouble. Okay, good. So that's much more specific. Great job. Okay, that was good. Okay, so if you haven't thought of something, again, please write it down. We're gonna go forward to the next step, okay? So the next thing I want to talk about is resources, okay? So there's a certain way that we tend to think about resources in life, okay? And it kind of goes like this. Okay, so this is you, this is me, and here we are, and here's this circle. This circle is kind of what we consider is possible in our life. Call it the circle of possibility, right? So everyone here, you have something in your life that you know is possible for you. You know it's possible for you to, you know, to get up at a certain time, maybe 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. You do it, you know, every day. You know that's possible. It's not something difficult for you. You know that certain kind of work is possible for you. The current career that you have, you know that's possible. And you know, a certain diet that you might have that you've been doing for the past, you know, 3 years, you know that's possible, right? So that's inside of your circle of possibility. So now this is what often happens in life. You know, we might have a thought, we might have a goal or an idea, something that we want, but that goal just seems outside of our reach of our circle of possibility, right? It's like, oh, I really want to, you know, I really want to have a house, you know, in the next couple of years. But you know, I just don't know how that would be possible, right? I'm only making, you know, this amount of money right now, and it doesn't seem like it's going to get any bigger, right? And usually the reason why we feel that goal is outside of our reach is because we feel limited by our resources, right? So think about resources like money, right? I just don't have the money, right? I'd love to get a you know, university education, but I just don't have the money for it. You know, time. Yeah, I'd love to take this course, but I just don't have the time. You know, I love to, you know, invest in my relationship with my spouse, but I just don't have the time for that. I'm so busy with my business. Yeah, I'd love to, you know, create this new hobby of mine, you know, learn guitar, but I just don't have the energy for that. Or, you know, I'd love to start a business, but I don't have the skills. I don't have what's necessary to do that. Right? So we have this idea that we're limited by our resources. And then everything that you see outside of this circle would be inside the realm of impossibility for us, just in our current state of view of what we're seeing. You know, maybe our resources will change. You know, we win the lottery and all of a sudden, wow, I can do anything. You know, it's no longer impossible. But a lot of times in life, we feel like there's things that are possible in life, and there are things that are impossible. And maybe it's possible for that other person who's like really amazing and super powerful, but not really for me because, you know, because of this and that. But I want to give an alternative view of resources, right? So I want you to consider that it's not your resources that allow you to reach your goal. It's not about how much money, how much time, how much energy, how much skills you have. Actually, what it is about your resourcefulness. So your ability, your mind to sit down and take a look at what resources do I actually have, you know, because I don't just have money. I don't just have some time. I don't have just energy or skills. You know, I might have a certain amount of this, but I have family. You know, I have friends. I have a network. That can be a massive resource for me to reach my goal. You know, and if you go even beyond that, you know, not just external resources that you might have, but what are the internal resources that you possess? You know, the faith that you can generate inside of your heart, the passion that you have for something, the commitment that you have, the love that you have inside of your heart for the people that you care about. You know, think about your will. You know, they say if there is a will, there is a way, and that is absolutely true. If you have the will to do something, you absolutely find a way to do it. Think about your spirit. You know, spiritual energy. I believe that's a very real thing. Your determination, and also God. You know, if you are a believer of some kind of religion, then God is a resource. God, you know, belief in God, knowing that God is also here, you know, supporting me in my dreams, making that happen, that's a resource that I can utilize, that I can connect with to create power in my life. And so through thinking like this, actually, any goal can start becoming inside of our realm of possibility, our circle of possibility. And our realm of impossibility no longer becomes a realm of impossibility, but it just becomes a realm of future possibility. These are future things that I might have to invest some time. I might have to invest some money into education, into my, you know, my ability to commit, my ability to have faith, you know. But if I do that, then this circle will gradually grow and grow and grow, and I'll be able to accomplish anything in life. And I want to just give a really quick example. In my life, I had this goal that I wanted to go to America, bring my family, so that I can introduce my son to my parents and my family, and also help my parents in their peace building activities that they're doing in America. But here was the problem. I didn't have money, and not only did I not have the money for the ticket, I just lost my job, and on top of that, my former boss was refusing to pay me my 1 month of salary. So I was really struggling financially at the time. And I looked at my bank account and said, I don't have the money, but I had the will, I had the commitment. I said, I've got to make this happen, because, you know, this is important to me. I love my parents. I want them to see my son. I want to introduce this wonderful child to the world, you know, my world back home. So what did I do? I thought about what resources do I have? And I thought, well, I have family, I have friends, I have a massive, you know, I know a lot of people, I have a big community. So I created a GoFundMe, a crowdfunder. And I just told people what I was up to, that I wanted to help my parents out in their mission. And other people were inspired by that, said, yeah, I want you to do that. And they started to donate. But I also thought about, you know, how can I provide value to these people with the skills that I have? Because I have this skill of coaching, right? That's something that I have. So I told people, if you donate to this campaign, I will coach you. I will give you coaching. You know, so you're not just donating, you're getting a service as well. And after about 2 weeks, I had raised $2,000 to pay for not only my plane ticket, but my wife and my son. But on top of that, this was actually how I started my coaching business, because I got so many people, you know, and I ended up coaching through this, that I started to, you know, they had a good experience. They wanted to continue coaching with me. So even though we have one goal in mind, you know, because our circle of possibility is growing, all of a sudden, other goals that we didn't even think about that we were going after start to become possible. So I want you guys to now, and one other important thing is, once we actually have those resources, we've got this resourceful mindset, it's going to take some action. We've got to actually do something to make it happen, right? No action, no results. So now it's time for you guys to take a look at your want. What do you want in your life? And just to brainstorm, take a little bit of time to brainstorm. What resources do I currently have? So I want you to just write down whatever comes to mind. These are the resources that I have, okay? And the second question is, what resources do I need to develop? So if you feel like you don't have that resource, and think about, well, what resource do I need to develop? What do I need to invest in so that I can have that? And if you don't have the skill yet, how can I invest in that skill? And I put some examples of resources on your worksheet that you can feel free to pick from. And if you have more in mind, go ahead. Okay, so take a few minutes. And if you have any questions, feel free to type it in the chat. Yeah, I'll be happy to support you. so let's move on. Okay, so I wanted to share this one quote. It says, "God provides the wind, but man must raise the sails." This is by St. Augustine, and I think this has a lot of implications in also, personal development. It's not just a religious quote. If you're not religious at all, this still means a lot. It means that we might have all the resources actually to get where we want to go to, but we still need to take action. We still need to actually do something in order to move towards that goal. With no action, there's no results. Okay, so the next question, after you've thought about your resources, I want you to think about what action can I take this week to move towards my goal. Okay, so it could be, reaching out to somebody, finding a mentor, talking to a friend. It could be calling up a new client, or having a conversation with my spouse, having a conversation with my child, where I really take some time to try to understand them. Whatever it might be. But think about 1 to 3 actions that you could take this week, and try not to think about what you should do, but more what you want to do. Okay? It's not so much about pushing yourself. It's more about what do I want to do this week that would actually excite me, that would make me feel like I'm moving forward, makes me feel like I'm making progress in something that's important to me. Okay, so again, please quickly just give you a minute to write this down, and if you've written it down already, write it in the chat, because trust me, the more people that you share with about what you're going to do, the more likely you're going to be actually doing it. So this is a very valuable resource, is what we call accountability in coaching, is when you don't just keep things inside, but have someone else that knows what you're up to and what you want to do, so that people can hold you to accountable, or support you if you're struggling doing that. They can check in. How did that go? And were you able to do that? Is kind of just a taste of what coaching is like. You get some time to really think about your goals, and to start to think about what actions I can take to move forward. I just want to see a show of hands. How many of you, just from taking that 15 minutes or whatever it was to think about what you want, how many of you got some value from that? Just taking 15 minutes. If you feel like you could understand something, you feel like you were able to make a little step forward, you got a little bit more clear, please raise your hand. Okay, looks good. Thank you very much. All right, awesome. So let's so next I want to talk about this 10-week program, right? So this is the program. This is a 10-week coaching program, right? So now that you got a taste of what coaching is, some of you might be interested in, how do I get more of this? How do I get into a plan, something that's consistent, that's going to help me to really break through and move towards what I want? So what I've created is a 10-week coaching program, and really the purpose of this coaching program is really to be able to revive our true selves, to really discover who we truly are, and to feel like by the end of this, like wow, who is this new person, that this new powerful person that's able to just bust through anything in life. So here are some of the topics that we're going to engage in the 10 weeks. We're going to start off with identity. So really getting clear on who am I, who is my deeper self, not just this self that I'm able to show to people in public, but who am I, who truly am I, and what's really important to me. And then on top of that sense of identity of who I am, then starting to think about, okay, what are some goals that I would want to create in my life, that I would want to move forward, that would be me living out this identity. If my identity, my true identity is I am a loving husband. Okay, so what would be a goal? What would a loving husband do? And what would be a goal that I could set for that? Okay, so it's not about what you should do, what you have to do. It's about what you really want to do. The next week, we're going to talk about strategy. So this is where you're going to create a plan that makes it really clear the steps that you need to take in order to get to where you want to be. The next week, how to create a beautiful state, because one of the challenges that we're all going to face when we're trying to get to a goal is our emotions go up and down all the time, right? And so how do we actually get dominion? How do we start to take control of how we're feeling, how our mindset, how we're seeing life? And there's actually only 3 things that you really have to be able to understand to be able to do that. Okay, the next one is the 6 human needs, and this is about what is driving all of human behavior. So our behavior and our kids' behavior, our spouse's behavior, our boss's behavior. It's these 6 human needs, and everybody's just trying to get these 6 human needs. If you know what they are, it's going to be super helpful for your life. Knowing your rules in life, what does it actually mean to be successful in business, in relationship, and finances, understanding our rules in life. The next week, we're going to go into breaking through limiting beliefs, where we're going to actually see what am I believing about the situation, and how can I disappear that belief and create something new that would be empowering, that would actually allow me to move forward. The next one is going to be about powerful communication. So we're going to do one week where it's all about communication, because any goal that you want to have in life, if you can do it with others, working together with others, you're going to go so much further and so much faster as well, actually, if you work together with other people. So communication is key to that. The next one is about 7 levels of energy. So this is being able to understand, where we're at in life, and understanding how we can go from feeling stuck in life, like a really level 1 energy, to a level 7 energy, where we're just feeling like I can create anything in my life, I can do anything in my life, it's possible. And then finally, completing powerfully. So how do we complete these goals powerfully? How do we end things in a powerful way where we really feel like no regrets? This is complete, this is whole. Okay, so this is going to be the curriculum for the 10-week program, and how it'll work is we'll have a once a week, we'll have a group coaching session, very much like this one, except it'll be much more focused on a topic and being able to work through your goals based on that topic. But there's actually a bonus to this program, and that is that you're going to actually get some one-on-one coaching. Okay, so usually one-on-one coaching costs like $200 to $500, US dollars a month. That's like 20,000 to 50,000 yen per month. But this is just being thrown into this program. You're going to be able to experience, one-on-one coaching, someone who works with you personally, to help you, to support you, to get to where you want to go. And we're able to do that only because of the generosity of the coaches that we have that are working with me. And these are coaches that I've trained personally. Some of them are here today, like Anna and Nancy. And there's a few others that are also Sayaka is here. And there's a few more, Sakamoto-san as well. So that's something to really look forward to. So now I want to talk about, okay, so how can you sign up? How can you make the commitment to this 10 weeks, but not really to join a program, but how can you make the commitment to break through in your life, to live the most incredible, passionate, loving, joyful life possible? And here it is. Okay, so this is a 10-week program. It's going to be called Revive, right? And the cost is 20,000 yen. So that's about 190 US dollars. I'm not sure what it would be in your currency. You can kind of figure that out. And you can pay that in full from the very beginning, or if it's easier for you, you can break that up into 2. So you can pay 100 in the beginning, and you can pay 100, in the second month. And it's going to start the week of September 6th. So that's the second week of September. And it's going to be at this time at 9 p.m. once a week. And what day it's going to be on, it's going to be based on your guys' schedule. So I'm going to ask you, which days work for you. And based on your feedback, we're going to set the dates. So that's basically the course, the program. That's, you got to taste coaching through this time. some of you right now, you are already really clear, like this is something I want in my life. This is something that would benefit me, and I definitely want to join this. Some of you already know that, and if you're there, then welcome to this amazing journey. Some of you are like, yeah, I want to join this. This sounds really great, but I've got some concern, right? It's kind of like, maybe it feels like resources, right? I don't have the resources or something to join this, right? And if that's the case, then please talk to the person that invited you, or you can talk to me as well. If you have a question, please talk to me, because one of your greatest resources is communication. We can work something out. If it's money, we'll work something out, because I'm really committed that as many people get to experience coaching as possible. There's no excuse in my book to not not to go for an incredible life. Okay, and then some of you are like, really clear, like this is just not what you're looking for in life. You're just a no, this is not what I want. And if that's you, then that's okay. I totally understand. It's not for everybody. And if you're in that category, then I just want to say, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for your trust in the person that invited you. Thank you for trusting me as your coach during this 1 hour. Yeah, so to everybody, I'm going to be sending a follow-up survey, and you can let me know where you're at. If you're a yes, if you want to join but you have some concern, you can tell me, or if you're a no, and tell me a little bit about your experience from today. I would love to hear your feedback, your comments. But that's all I got to share with you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this session. I really enjoyed it, and I really enjoyed hearing from you guys and hearing what you're up to. And I would really appreciate working together with you guys to make your lives together, make your lives amazing. And I know that I'm also going to grow incredibly during these next 10 weeks. So I'm excited, and I'm going to be here for a little bit while longer. If you have any questions you'd like to ask me right now, I'll be here for you. You can either unmute yourself or you can type it in the chat. But for those of you who would like to finish here, again, I want to just say thank you so much. I'm really grateful for your time. And have a great night. And yeah, if there's any way I can support you, just let me know.